Good afternoon, my name is Felipe. Welcome to my channel, Tourism in Brazil. I'd like to invite you to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Don't forget. Start the notifications, leave a like, share this video with your friends. Thank you very much. Be pleased to leave a commentary. Make your question. Let us start. The contract is always for a specific period of time. The carrier or conference must guarantee regular service, perhaps a particular port rotation and specialized equipment. There are also clauses for damages, in case the shipper does not live up to commitment. The shipper's problem may be loss of overseas sales, a common problem during times of recession. Most contracts cover containerized cargo and many have a most favored shipper clause, meaning that if the conference gives another similarly situated shipper a better rate, then the initial contracting shipper also gets it. Some contracts have a crazy edge clause, named after a New York appliance dealer who vowed in TV commercials never to be undersold. If included in a contract, this clause requires the ship line to match any rate offered by a competitor. Most agreements are about 12 pages long. Duration of contracts in from 5 days to 7 years, although a 5-day contract is nothing more than a device to circumvent the tariff rate structure. It certainly subverts the intent of the law, which to permit other ships to meet to a contract. An example of a service contract that provides FAC rate to a number of inland US points from Hong Kong and Taiwan flows. The contract is over 1 year and the shipper commits to 1,000 FEUs, 4 feet container equivalent. If 1,001 to 1,500 FEUs are shipped, there is a 1.5% discount. If over 1,500 FEUs are shipped, the discount is 2.5% for a 20 feet container from Hong Kong to Long Beach, Oakland, or Seattle. The rate is $950 for a 40 feet container. It is $1,250 for the same set to Portland, OR. Charges are $1,150 and $104,050 respectively. To New Orleans, cost would be $1,950 and $2,700 respectively. To Boston, Jacksonville, and Philadelphia, rates are 2,300 and 3,000. Most contracts are renegotiated annually, often in April. The toy industry negotiates their contracts annually, often in April. The toy industry negotiates their contracts early so that they know their transport costs before attending the major toy shows that occur in February. In early 1994, Hasbro Inc. entered into contract with two Korean lines, agreeing to move the equivalent of 1,640 feet containers. The contract contains a special set of rates for moving goods during spring months when inbound shipping business is generally low. In addition, Hasbro gets 25% discount for moving goods in refrigerated containers turned off, which need to be repositioned in the United States for outbound perishable cargoes. Summary: ocean line conferences consist of line operators serving a certain market who get together and agree to reduce competition among themselves. Although this is anti-competitive, apparently the market functions better in this instance than if there were more competition. Conference members attempt to tie customers into the conference, making it difficult for outside liners to obtain any traffic. At the same time, the conference must practice some forms of self-policing to make certain that some conference members are not cheating on the agreement. Conference rates cover specific commodities. In addition, conferences enter into service contracts with large shippers that cover the movement of large quantities of containerized cargo. International air transportation. Introduction. This chapter deals with air transportation, and it emphasizes movement of cargo rather than passengers. However, it is difficult to separate the two because the majority of freight moves on aircraft that carry passengers also. A very small percentage of the world's commercial airline aircraft carry IC cargo exclusively. Airlines that carry both passenger and cargo give higher priority to movement of passengers. Flights are scheduled to capture non-grid passenger markets. Some international logistics managers also have responsibilities for moving people through the road. In some instances, this merely means providing them with airline tickets. In other instances, contracts may be entered into with airlines for movement of groups of people. Firms with large volumes of travel may have outside travel agents assign certain personnel to serve their specific needs only, or other firm may have its own travel agents as a subsidiary, earning for itself the commissions on tickets and accommodation sales. Some airlines specialize in carrying small parcels and documents, and several well-known overnight documents package delivery companies in the United States are expanding their operations overseas. Speedy international delivery of documents is important to many export-import operations, as all documents relevant to a shipment must be present at its point of importation. Air transportation is often relied upon to make certain documents are present and the vessels arrive in port. Development of aviation. Aviation development has taken place completely within the 20th century. The first use of aircraft for moving materials occurred in India in 1911, when 6,500 pieces of mail were carried for a distance of 5 miles. Two other air mail flights taking place in the same year were in Denmark and England. One associated airline developed